think people are realizing that the quality of life is in relation to the quality of the environment. This movement and the justice that this community rightly deserves is going to take generations. Hopefully we're turning a tide where we'll put something in motion that'll be big enough and sustainable enough that it will serve people hundreds of years from now. My name is Patrick Marley Rump, Executive Director, Literacy for Environmental Justice.
My name is Alex Velasco, Programs Coordinator at Literacy for Environmental Justice. So today we are in Bayview Hunters Point, southeast of San Francisco.
The history of Literacy for Environmental Justice is one that was born out of the environmental justice and social justice movements in the 80s and 90s. They were really focused on addressing issues such as why is 80% of San Francisco's sewage treated in this community? Why are the cancer rates and asthma rates exponentially higher than the rest of the county? And why do we have 2 Superfund sites in our community and over 320 toxic sites? And our founding director realized that there was no tangible way for young people to get involved. That's how the organization was born, through working with young residents in the community and them realizing that if we want a better future, we're going to actually have to create an organization and a youth-based movement to see the justice that we need.
Some opportunities that we offer our youth are, our eco apprenticeship program. They're paid programs where you get to learn about native plants. You get to be out collecting seeds of native plants in the San Francisco area. You get to work at Heron's Head. You get to work at Candlestick State Park. Those are all, urban areas. Areas that were neglected but are now getting restored. And you're getting that experience with that restoration. That's going to help with sea level rise. That's going to help our future. That's going to actually provide protection for our cities. And as we're doing that, we're also providing jobs. We're helping the economy as well as helping the environment.
We are teaching about the inequities that have happened in this community, but also teaching people that there is a lot of incredible ecology here and opening people's minds so that they have a connection to nature, to the environment, but also have a thirst for addressing the injustices and not just ignoring them and not just passing them on to the next generation.
I know growing up myself, I would always stay inside playing video games. I don't think I saw more than 5 worms in a year. Now I see 6, 7 worms a day. So that's such a great opportunity, and you get to be around living things. You get to absorb the energy of those living things.
So currently in San Francisco, I'd say less than 1/5 of the county still has native plants. And our goal is to preserve that biodiversity so that our natural heritage is preserved. But secondly, I think native plants play a unique role in the greening and the green infrastructure that is going to be required for us to have a livable city. California native plants in particular are extremely drought tolerant. Guess what? We're in a drought. They are also able to be flooded and deal with high volumes of water at a single point in time. We are prone to sea level rise. We are prone to flash floods and unpredictable weather. They are also very effective at carbon sequestration. There are benefits to people in terms of air and water quality. And I think on a more spiritual level, it's been here for tens of thousands of years. And one may argue, why would we want to let that be erased from our planet's history?
We are now in the process of our community garden and nursery expansion project to increase the size of our community garden, to double the footprint of our native plant nursery, build a rain harvesting system that starts on the top of this massive building, as you can see. It goes down into those water tanks and follows a bioswale. People from the community can rent these beds for $10 a year. Our community doesn't have a grocery store, and food insecurity is really high. Being able to walk across the street and harvest your own vegetables is really important in a place where it's hard to get vegetables. And not only that, A majority of people in this community are living below the federal poverty level. Anything that can reduce people's bill is also super helpful. Oftentimes the cheaper food has more chemicals that have been sprayed on it. It's come from further away and it's not as healthy. And people can grow things organically here. They don't need chemicals because they can keep their eyes on them.
It is very important to involve youth in this kind of work because youth are our future, you know. They're gonna be the ones in the future making policies, they're gonna be the ones advocating. And also the youth have always been the ones pushing forward for changes. Back in the 50s, 60s, like all that hippie era, that was all college student aged people pushing forward for environmental policies.
In my 20s and 30s, I met some of the activists who started the environmental justice movement in Bayview. And it was so inspiring to see what they've done, but it's clear they didn't get it done. And it's clear that I'm not going to get it done, and probably the young people who work here won't get it done. So I see it's a continuum. It's a change of thinking that needs to occur. You know, I think we really do need to get back to like thinking several lifetimes beyond us with our decisions. I think it's really important to involve young people so that the work can continue, it can deepen, and that we can get real change over time. In an urban setting, we have the resources. We just have to change the mindsets and change the priorities.